You have sciatica, really easy. Let me show you how I've handled several of my clients' sciatica. Might not be for you, but it worked for us. So how I did it and helped many people, the hip rotator muscles can put a lot of tightness and tension on the nerves that flow down the leg. The PNF stretch was huge for us. So I press the knee towards the shoulder and this ankle towards this shoulder equally. I actually put a little twist on the tibia, and then he presses against me, and I fight. And we go 7 seconds of pressing, then he relaxes, taking a deep breath, we go a little deeper, and press. So the idea here is we're releasing a little bit of tension and giving a little bit of space for the nerve flowing down the leg, and that's just the start of it. So after we're pressing though, he also pulls the opposite way. We like to do this for about 15 seconds. So this activates the opposite muscle group, keeping that range of motion for the duration of the workout. And if your workouts are proper, you can keep all the range of motion continually forever. One way is I like to take a slant board. I turn my toe in, a little bit pigeon-toed. I take the opposite arm and stretch this way. And it really stretches the outer portion of your hamstring, which is right along the nerve, and the hip rotators as well. Nice big stretch, lift, nice big stretch, lift. You could do this also single leg RDLs, but most people have a problem with rotating the hips inwards. The internal rotation, turning inwards, just exacerbates that motion even more. Get it progressively to the point where you have more range of motion, the hips are moving, and now the hamstrings will release themselves. Maybe even the only reason they're tight is because your hips, which is very commonly the case. All right, so you got the posterior chain flexible with that exercise and that stretch. Now we need to make sure that the reason for that inflexibility is not because there's a weakness in your anterior chain, meaning the front side. So your ability to do the opposite motion, which would be you pull your legs up towards your torso. So that's why I think leg lifts of all sorts are so important for your ability in your abs and to increase the flexibility on your posterior chain, because your body has communication between sides and the nervous system telling it to be tight because something's weak. And that's a very common reason why somebody is tight in the first place. So if you want to handle it, strength train the opposite area in which you're trying to get more flexible.